I want to talk to you about something that took me a long time to understand. How my trauma didn't just affect what I went through, but it affected how I showed up with people. For a long time, I thought, or I didn't even realize that I was doing it. I just thought it was how I was. I could be outgoing and completely withdrawn at the same time, and probably sounds confusing, but if you've ever lived it, you know exactly what I mean. I could walk in a room and be very loud, joking, talking, engaging, but inside, I was scanning everything, faces, reactions, shifts in tones, and trying to figure out, am I okay here? Do they like me? It's not because I'm confident. It's because I was uncomfortable. It's because if I keep talking, I could control how I'm being seen. I could control the conversations in their head. I could explain myself before anyone misunderstood me. And I could have filled the silence before anyone had space to think anything negative about me. But what I didn't understand back then, and now I do, what I was doing was the exact thing that I was trying to prevent. I was overwhelming people. I was over-explaining things. I was apologizing for things that weren't even my fault. And I was pushing people away. I was being annoying to them. And that was hurtful because all I really wanted was for someone to hear me, to understand me, to see me, to be my friend. And I felt unheard for most of my life. And I didn't know that that was because I was around the wrong people, not because I couldn't change their mind by what I was saying and doing, because I just was different than the crowd I was hanging out with. And that being different and being in the wrong room when you don't understand it feels like something that is wrong with you. Especially when you're young, especially when you don't have the words for it or you don't understand the emotion or see the differences. So I started to believe something that was wrong, that I had to earn a like, that I had to earn being accepted, and I wasn't good enough. So I performed, I adjusted, I overgave, I overexplained, and I made myself smaller in some ways and bigger in other ways, trying to find a version of me that people would stay for. And when they didn't, it confirmed everything I already believed about myself. I'm too much, not enough, and something is wrong with me. But here's the part I didn't understand until now. And that is, I wasn't broken. I was in survival mode. My nervous system wasn't trying to make me likes. It was trying to keep me safe. And when I grew up in an environment where things felt unappreciable and you learn to read everything and learn to adjust and learn to control what you can, even if that means you're not controlling yourself. And over time, you learn you don't even realize you're doing it. It's just become who you think you are. And one day, things shift. I don't have to be loud or dramatic, just clear. And for me, that moment was relieving. I wasn't reacting to life. I was living in patterns I didn't understand. And now I see them, and now I can't unsee them. And that's when things start to change. And it's not all at once, but it's enough. And I notice my behaviors as I'm doing it, the talking over, the over-talking, the over-explaining, the over-apologizing, and the need to control the room, which on the outside probably looks just like an attention seeker. But in some ways, I guess it was. But it wasn't about attention. And that isn't about attention. It is about feeling safe. And if I could control the conversation and control how people are how I'm being seen, then maybe they wouldn't judge me. Maybe there wouldn't be misunderstandings. Maybe I wouldn't be rejected. So yeah, it looked like attention, but really it was survival. And instead of judging myself for it, I got curious. Am I doing this? Why am I trying to protect? Why am I afraid of this happening? What happens if I stop? And everything is shifting because I am realizing I wasn't trying to be annoying. I was just trying to feel safe. And once I understood that, it is easier to start working on myself once I know the problem and why I'm doing it. I can let go of things that I couldn't let go of before. And not everything, but enough that tells me that I can change this. So letting go of needs to explain everything, letting go of need to control interaction, letting go of believing I had to earn likes. And there's a small difference. And that's because my release is small. But the more I release, the more I feel confident in who I am. And it gives me a peace I've never felt in my entire life. Because my whole life, I've been on fight or flight mode. And I never knew that because I didn't know there was any other way to feel. Because my life is not perfect and because everything around me has not changed. But because I understand myself, I'm able for the first time to sit in a room alone and feel okay. I'm able to use the things that used to be impossible for me, like being alone felt dangerous, and now it feels peaceful. I realized that something else, that things I hated about myself weren't flaws, they were my protection. And they were the only way I knew to survive. And with that, I had the time. But survival is not living. And you deserve to live, not just manage, not just cope, not just get through. And any part of this feels familiar to you. You're not alone. You're not broken. You've adapted. This is a soul shelter, a place where patterns you never understood finally start to make sense. And if this spoke to you, please comment, me too. Someone else needs to know that they're not alone. Please subscribe for this journey for all of us to be healthier, calmer, and more peaceful. Thank you for being here. And as always, I am B, and I'll be back to fight one more day with you.